Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Online Business Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Keane, Irish health and fitness entrepreneur and business coach here to help you with all things online health and fitness business. Today's podcast, we are taking things offline and we're going to talk about becoming a qualified personal trainer. So this is one of these episodes that if you are new or you are thinking of becoming a personal trainer, I'm going to focus everything towards you today in the 10 steps to becoming a qualified trainer and getting your first 5 clients in 2025. If you're already established, this possibly isn't going to be the podcast for you. If you've been working for the last several years, you might get a couple of tips and tricks from it because I'm going to share some of my past story. But I'm very excited to announce that I am linked up with a personal training course provider for the first time. Galway City Gym, which is the gym where I started it all. If you've been a long-term listener of the podcast, I moved back from London in 2014 and was doing personal training one-to-one in the Galway City Gym in Galway City, obviously based on the name of the gym. And they are now doing an online level 4 personal training course. And as I was going through, I'm very good friends with Jason, who is setting this course up through Galway City Gym. I was like, this is amazing. It's at your own time, at your own pace. It goes through everything you need for personal training. But over coffee, we were explaining about the biggest letdown on most personal training courses is that they don't cover the business side of things. They don't tell you how to market yourself. They don't tell you how to get your clients. They give you all the physiology. They give you the training, the nutrition, all the stuff that you need to support and help clients and effectively get the piece of paper so that you can get insured. But that generally doesn't help when a lot of people get the qualification, they get the paper, and then they don't know how to get any clients. This is literally what happened to me. I've gone broke twice trying to get a one-to-one personal training business off the ground in London in 2011 and 2012. And then thankfully by 2014, I had it all established and was able to kind of go from there. So the last 12 years or so have been pretty successful. But one of the modules they did when I trained and qualified in London was a half-day marketing module that covered and touched on very basic business stuff. And I remember thinking, oh my God, this needed to be a full course. This needed to be a full add-on to the personal training qualification itself. And that's what we've done. So with the qualification, every quarter, there's going to be a full day business builder with me. So on top of everything you're going to get in terms of your qualification through the level 4 course that you will get with most, personal training courses, you get the piece of paper, you can get insured. There's also the business building element. There's actually a third leg to the stool as well, that you have an option of working with the City Gym as well. If you are based in Galway or want to move to Galway, they will actually give you your clients and then you just fulfill them in terms of coming in, doing the personal training sessions and getting your experience on the floor, which is again a very unique proposition when it comes to personal training. So if you are looking to qualify and actually make money from this, either as a side hustle or as a full-time gig, this is the course that's going to be really beneficial for you. So I'll put the link in the description below. I also have taken the 10 points for today's podcast from the PDF that the Galway City Gym have created. So I would also link that in the description below. So it's going to expand a little bit more on what I'm talking about here in terms of the 10 steps, but I will separately put the link to directly put in your contact details so Jason can get directly onto you, see if the course is going to be a good fit. And then our first full day business builder at the time of recording is going to be in August. The next one then is going to be in November, and it's going to be every quarter after that for anyone that signs up. So if you're looking to get in now early, you can get your qualification, you do it at your own time, at your own pace, and then you can come to the full day business builder in Galway City on, I think it's August 16th, that middle of August, Saturday. So we're going to jump straight in. That's the pitch on the front end for this potential course that could be a really good fit. But now it's time to jump into the 10 steps to becoming a qualified personal trainer and getting your first 5 clients in 2025, taking this directly from the PDF from Galway City Gym. First one is get certified with the right course. Your qualification is your foundation. I've talked about this quite a lot on the podcast, but not all PT courses are created equal. The downside of personal training courses, this is from my experience firsthand and from when I'm recommending it to people, is they all cover more or less the same thing. They're going to make you somewhat proficient as a personal trainer in terms of your par cues, you're able to sure that you're able to assess people correctly, some basic physiology, but it doesn't include the practical real world coaching, and it doesn't prepare you for the gym floor or the business world. So that's where the real gap is. So with the Galway City Gym qualification for level 4, you'll get everything that you would get with another personal training course, but you also get the chance to do real world coaching, and you'll also get the business builder with me. So you'll be able to establish yourself as a one-to-one personal trainer or an online coach or a hybrid of both. And again, this isn't a hard pitch. I'm obviously going to be extremely biased here because it's the course that I'm linked in with and brought myself in with, because as soon as we were discussing this, I remember thinking back in 2011, this is what my course was missing. So this is the first time that I'm aware of that they've got this element to a PT course. So I'm obviously going to be biased. But again, make sure you're choosing the right qualification and course for you. Number 2, gain practical experience and do this fast. One of the biggest issues is a piece of paper doesn't make you a great coach. And there's a lot of personal trainers out there who have the qualification, but they either don't know how to take sessions on the gym floor or they don't know how to run the business and market themselves. And to become a confident, knowledgeable PT, you need to get the hands-on experience. And I've preached this quite a lot over the last half decade or so since this podcast has been around, that you will be a better online coach if you have offline experience. And it's not to say you can't go straight online. You definitely can get your certification, go straight online, and that is something we will be covering. But really, the on floor, in gym experience and hands-on experience is going to make you a better online coach. So even if you are looking to go online, move to Dubai, move to Thailand, move somewhere the other side of the world and take clients just having a laptop or your phone, you can do that. But I still recommend getting some experience on the gym floor first, because it's really, really helpful when it comes to actually working with online clients. So get your practical experience. Another recommendation I give is taking people for free and bringing them through your coaching so you can see how to time the sessions, you can see how to adjust form, etc. But again, if you're going through this course, you'll also have the option of getting your hand-on experience straight through Galway City Gym as well. 3, build your confidence and coaching skills. I'll also add on here, and I'll come back to this, and your business hat, your business skills. So when it comes to building up your confidence and coaching skills, it's a combination of hands-on experience, also working and researching the gaps in your own knowledge. Something that I've covered on previous episodes, that if you are working with someone who has a weight loss goal, there's a good chance you'll know, right, they probably need some resistance training, they're going to need some cardio, they're going to need some calorie control. But if you have somewhat of a niche within that, i.e. they've got a thyroid issue, or they've got a history of a knee injury or hip displacement or whatever it is, you can start to research, particularly now in 2025, ChatGPT, Google, YouTube. You can start researching things for your clients specifically and build your confidence and build up your coaching skills. At the beginning, every master was once a disaster. Imposter syndrome is a very, very real thing. And taking on clients that you think you can help and backing yourself to read the books, listen to the podcast, do the research that can support them and help them will make you a better coach. Because in the early days, and a mistake a lot of trainers make, is they train everybody the same way that they train. There's a good chance if you want to be a personal trainer, you're already into health and fitness in some shape or form, and then you're going to potentially put people on programs that are very similar to what you do. And that is fine in the beginning, and it's square pegs into square holes. If you have other people that are similar to you, that can potentially work well for them, but it will limit you and will cap you as a coach. The statistics are shocking when it comes to, this is businesses in general, in terms of how many fail within the first year and then how many of those businesses fail within the next 5 years. That's even higher. It's in the, I think it's 80 to 90 percentile. It's even higher for personal trainers because it's difficult. Building up your confidence, building up your coaching, learning the business side of it, which is arguably even more important, which I'll come on to in its own point, is a combination and a juggling act that can feel like a lot. So arm yourself with the right tools so that you're able to become a better coach with more skills, more tools in your arsenal to serve different types of clients. And then if you're doing that offline, doing that online, doing that as a combination, it'll all tie into your marketing message, which I'll come on to shortly. 4, develop your own training philosophy. Every great coach has a system, so a way of training that aligns with your beliefs and your experience, whether it's focusing on strength training, over focusing on nutrition, pulling in the right supplements, etc. There's going to be something about you. And I did a very popular podcast for established trainers about pulling out your story online, especially. That storytelling and marketing is your bridge between the pain points that you're trying to serve and the client who's going to pay for that. And whether it's Apple, whether it's your toothpaste that you buy, whether it's the microphone I'm using here, an Audio-Technica mic, the Under Armour hat that I'm wearing, there's storytelling in their marketing. But you can also pull out your individual story. What got you interested in health and fitness? What got you interested in weight loss? What got you interested in perimenopause or taking advantage of some of the potential potential trends that are around in 2025. This is also something I'll be going through in August about the trends to be very, very mindful of in 2025. Everything from Pilates and strength training to recovery rooms. I'll be running through this in August as well. So developing your own training philosophy and then telling your story within that, whether it's marketing and storytelling with your case studies, your clients, or the people you're training for free to get established, or the people you're working with if you're in the city gym, for example, and then storytelling that to get more clients, and then potentially going out and doing your own thing from it. Number 5, and this is where we get into the meat, learn the business side. You're not just a trainer, you're running a business. I've seen this time and time and time and time and time again. People that are actually brilliant at their craft. They don't struggle with the coaching element. They don't struggle with the skills. They've got MAs and PhDs and letters after their name that could beat the rainbow, but they don't know how to run a business. They don't know how to get clients. They don't know how to market themselves. And if you can't get clients, if you don't know how to price your service correctly, if you don't know how to deliver that and then use that leads or use those testimonies and referrals to get more leads, you're going to be dead in the water. And there's a lot of great personal trainers out there who are still struggling. They're really struggling for time. They're struggling for clients. They're struggling for money. And you don't want to be in that position. And that's where the business side comes in. That's where this particular course that I know I'm doing a hard push on, but again, I'm extremely biased, so bear with me. This is where you're going to learn that. You're going to run through the business side. You're going to know how to market yourself. You're going to learn how to pull out your story. You're going to learn how to serve people the right way so that you're able to get more leads, convert those leads, provide a better service, get more testimonies and referrals, and then rinse and repeat. 6, create a simple and effective marketing plan. So this is straight again from the PDF that will be linked in the description below. Marketing can be a really funny one because everything from talking to people in the gym to posting valuable content on social media to offering free taster sessions are all effective marketing plans. What you're looking to do is establish what's going to work best for you. And the rule of thumb here is you take a shotgun approach in the early stages. You do as much as you can on whatever you're comfortable with, i.e. talking to people in the gym, posting on social media, offering the free taster sessions. You shotgun the approach. You see what's working best, and then you reassess, and then you double down on what's working. As you become more established, you can become more targeted in this. For example, I don't do any, and I'm in a very fortunate position with my business, I'm not in the business of convincing people to sign up. If somebody gets on a call with me for a business mentorship or my 12-week premium one-to-one fitness coaching, they have to sell me on the call and tell me, why should we work together? Why is it going to be a good fit? Why do you think this would work for you? It's not me saying, look, you should sign up because of X, Y, or Z. I'm not in that business anymore. But in the early stages, it's all about trying to close the right lead, trying to close the right sale so that you're able to help and serve that person in a meaningful way so that they will become either a referral system for you, i.e. sending in their family members or friends, or they become a testimony or a case study. You've less leeway with that in the early stages, but that's why getting your marketing plan right from the first get-go is really important. Number 7, master the consultation process. So knowing how to sell your service without feeling pushy is key. One of the brain tattoos I give a lot of my business mentees is that people want to buy, they just don't want to be sold. And this is very true for most people, especially if they have a pain point and they've established that you're the person with the solution, i.e. your coaching, your one-to-one sessions, your online program, etc. So it's not about hard selling and cold DMing and reaching out and trying to sell everybody you speak to. It's about having a good consultation process. So making sure that your marketing message is aligned, making sure that your core offer is aligned with the marketing message, and then having the consultation where people are already effectively pre-qualified before they've even messaged you, before they've came into your ecosystem, before they've had the conversation. Once the pricing is right, and again, not pricing based on commodities and supply and demand, have a pricing based on how many spaces you can take, what to charge based on the local area if it's one-to-one, or online, what to charge based on the niche, and then having that call with people or having that meetup with people so you've got a good, strong consultation process, and that makes clients excited to work with you, and it's not feeling like a salesperson. I think with business, a very underutilized tool is the win-win-win system. When you have a really good offer, when you've got a client who's going to do really well because they're a good fit, you end up winning all the way around. Everybody wins in the scenario. When I thought about linking up even with this from my own side tangent story now, when I was talking to Jason about linking up for this course, I remember thinking, this is a win-win-win all around. I'm like, this is a great offer for people so that they can get the course and not lose out and miss the pitfalls and the gaps that happens with most PT courses. For me, it's a really good feeder in terms of bringing people into my ecosystem for business. Very fulfilling for me, very fulfilling for Jason. And again, there's a whole host of potential benefits to working on the gym floor if someone decides to stay in with Galway City Gym and then just rocks up, does their training session, gets their experience. So everybody wins in this scenario. And in your business, you can set up a similar environment when you've got a good message, a good core offer, and it's all aligned with who it is you're trying to serve. Number 8, set up a simple system for success. Again, scheduling system, payment system, progress tracking. Very bread and butter basic stuff, but is way easier to learn from somebody else to tell them and get them to tell you exactly what to do. So your scheduling system, Calendly, Google Calendar, a booking app, payment system, Stripe, PayPal, bank transfer, and then a basic tracking. True Coach, Trainerize, My PT Hub. What are you using to track your clients? Having a system in place so that it's not all random. And one of the mistakes a lot of trainers will make is what I call going from 0 to 1. And I have a course, how to build your one-to-one personal training business. I'll actually put that link in the description below as well. And one of the mistakes is people think that gets them from 0 to 5 actually gets them from 5 to 10 and 10 to 20. The system will break. You can really scale 0 to 5 clients quite easily. You can do a lot of messaging back and forth, a lot of calls back and forth. You can do everything by hand. You can do everything by WhatsApp or Telegram, and it's fine. But then you get to 10 clients, that eats into more of your day. You get to 20 and this whole system breaks. So what you're looking to do is set it up properly on the front end. Where are you getting your clients from? What's the consultation process? How are they booking in? What day are you doing the calls? How are you taking the payment? How are you tracking them? Where is everything in one place so that it's easy for you and easy for them? These are small things that make you look professional, but they help clients stick to you over the long term or stick with their goals over the long term, and they help you scale so that your system doesn't break when you hit 7, 8, 9, 10 or plus clients. Number 9, over deliver and get referrals. Fastest way to grow your PT business, word of mouth referrals. Nothing is going to come close to this. Even the best social media, podcast, blog strategy in the world is going to pale in comparison to word of mouth referrals. So focus on delivering really good results, keep your clients accountable, genuinely care about their progress, and they will naturally recommend you to others. You can also ask them and say, look, do you know any other people similar to you who would do really well working with me as an online coach or as a personal trainer? I've actually indirectly had this happen with me in my fitness program and mentorship program, where people will talk to a client that I'm working with now or someone I'm working with now, and then I get the referral indirectly because of the results that they're getting, and that happens quite a lot. Business can be built purely off referrals. You have entire businesses in the health and fitness industry, personal training, that can be pure referral based. But again, it's not to negate the other benefits of your social media, potentially a podcast, direct outreach, etc. All these things will be add-ons, but ultimately your foundation for your growth is to over-deliver and get referrals. And then number 10 is keep learning and growing as a coach. So never stop improving. Keep learning about training and nutrition, stay updated on industry trends, get a mentor or coach to help you level up. They're the 3 approaches. Your training and nutrition, the more clients you work with, the knowledge will expand, assuming you're doing the work, listening to the podcast, reading the books, researching the pain points of your current clients. Stay updated on the industry trends. I'll be covering this in August at the first full day business builder about the industry trends for 2025. I mentioned some of them earlier. I'll be going through that whole list in August 2025, and then get a mentor or coach to help you level up. The beauty of this course, and this is part of the reason I got involved with this, is the long-term version of my business. And I'm showing you right inside my strategy for the next 18 to 24 months. My thinking is when I'm helping people with their business in this full day business builder, particularly getting off the ground in the early stages, it's going to get people to success faster. And my thinking is in 18, 24 months, when you are listening to this podcast now, you sign up to the personal training course, you come in August, you get loads of value, you start getting really successful as a trainer. 12, 18, 24 months from now, you're going to be like, Brian, I need to level up and break through this glass ceiling. What's the story with your mentorship program? What's the story with your business coaching? And then I'm going to get really strong leads from people who I've already met and people who I already know, and then bringing them into that. So again, from my inside look, it's part of the reason that I got involved, thinking the long-term strategy in the business. But getting a coach, getting a mentor is a great advice. But the beauty of this course in particular is it'll automatically be built in. It'll be built in with the quarterly meetups. and all the business stuff that you'll need. We'll have extra add-ons to help keep people accountable. But again, it's just all about upgrading your knowledge and skills so that you stay ahead of the industry, or stay ahead in the industry, and keep attracting new clients. So that's the wrap up, all 10 things that potentially are going to help you become a qualified personal trainer and getting your first 5 clients in 2025. In the link in the description below, I'll put this PDF that's straight to the Go City Gym. This isn't my PDF. This is literally straight to the Go City Gym. It's an expansion of some of the things I've talked about in today's podcast. I will also put the link for signing up to the course, the level 4 personal training course. That will automatically put your email and your phone number, and then Jason will give you a call off the back of it to make sure it's a good fit. He'll send a text, make sure it's overlapped for time, and then make sure it's a good fit. And I'll also put that course I mentioned too about growing your one-to-one personal training business. All 3 will be linked in the description below. Hopefully you got a lot of value from this podcast. And yeah, that's everything from me from today. Looking forward to hopefully seeing you in August if you sign up off the back of this. And any questions you have on it, just pop me an Instagram DM, Brian_Keen_fitness. And I'll catch you all in a couple of weeks.